here with a new Deco Easy DIY. Today we're going to use our tumbling tower blocks again to make something nice for Easter. And these are the blocks that Janny and I use. They're 1 centimeter, 1.5 wide and 5 centimeters long. And this is how we get them. In these packages, 45 pieces in one package for about 3 or 4 euros. And we buy them on an online web shop which sells party supplies. And since this game is a party game, you can buy it there. And yeah, Jenny really buys a large amount of these, and then we store them. And yeah, we divide them whoever needs them. Pick something from the stash, of course. Really good to work with. We had bigger blocks in the past. We can't find them anymore here in the Netherlands. Action, a shop service, a Dollar Tree had them before, but unfortunately they were sold out. So we got to work with these, which are also pretty nice. Well, I want to make a DIY with you, which is pretty easy, which you can also make with your children or your grandchildren for decoration. You can really place it in any room at your home. The toilet, the bathroom, the bedroom, the kitchen, the living room, the wherever you want it room. This is going to be easy. Okay, let's open up a package of these because we need blocks. They always arrive in this foil to keep them together. Oops. Let's shove them over here. I'm going to throw this away, and this is just a box which I like to use as a bin. And these flaps here might be useful for later use. I'm going to tear them off like this because we can use this as a scraper if there is any glue that, you know, spills out between the two blocks. If you press them together, then you can simply just scrape it off with this. So I'm just going to reuse this. There, and now we have a nice bin where we can put all our trash in. Next thing we need is a wood glue. This brand, Patex, is the brand that Jenny and I use, or actually it's just because we buy this at Action for a really cheap price and it lasts really long and it's super strong stuff. Believe it was 2 euros maximum for one can like this. You just take off the cap and put it in the cap holder. For now that's okay because the nozzle here is clean, but when I glued, that's the only thing that I gotta pay attention for. There might be some glue here at the nozzle, and since this thing has such a nice cap holder, I forgot to place the cap back on, and then you get the stuck nozzle completely spilled up with glue that dries and hardens out, and then you gotta pick yourself a needle to remove it. Anyway, we need this. Let's just grab some blocks, and I want to divide them into sections of 3, and then we see how many we will need. I think 4 or 5 for the thing that I want to make, depending on how far we want to keep them apart from each other. God, this is nice, I guess. Yeah, then I think we need 5. 5 of these will do, I'm sure. Shall I do 6, or is that too big? No, 6 is too big. Okay, we keep it at 5. So make 5 rows out of 3 blocks. I'm going to do that 2 times because I want to make 2 DIYs and not 1 for this spring Easter season. Today is, by the way, a really beautiful day here. We had so much fog for about a week or something. There was no sunshine for about 2 weeks. Really nothing. Beside that, now we have a clear blue sky and lots of vitamin D incoming. Anyway, we just provide these to enough space. And then I'm going to show you how I like to glue. I'll just put up all the blocks except for the last or the first one in the row. And stay there, you. Going to pour some glue dots upon these tips here. I also advise or suggest to clip 2 spare blocks here. Now let's shake the glue down, and those spare blocks are useful. Oops, that was a little bit too much. Are useful to push the blocks together or outline the blocks. Okay, let's just start dripping the glue. Oh, here and there. Oh well, this is easier. Making this movement is easier than going back and forth. And I like to do it the easy way with this. Okay. Now, how I like to glue is when you glue it, that you rub these parts against each other to divide the glue better. And in my opinion, you get a lot stronger connection between the glued parts. So that's why I always like to do this. And you also can reduce the glue that spills out between the two blocks. There we go. Now this one has a really lot of glue, so I'll take this one with a part that hasn't that much glue to divide a little bit better, hopefully. Oops. There we go. Okay, these two together. Make sure that the glue is spread out evenly. Still missing a corner here. There we go. And now we wait just a couple of minutes till the glue is dry, because I believe then the connection is better. The glue gets a little bit tackier, and that will be good for the whole construction. So just wait a few minutes, and then I'm going to continue assembling everything together. Okay, welcome back. Assembling time. I'm going to start here in the front. That's why I'll let this thing lay down. You carefully, don't push too hard. Going to put them behind each other. 5 rows of 3 blocks, and then do that 2 times because we have 2 DIYs. Now here is a little bit glue popping through. Just quickly want to remove that with my finger, but also don't forget the scraper. The outlining comes next. First we want to put everything together. Here, because I did this one for the first time, is a lot tackier than the left one here. But the good thing is that you can avoid dripping glue, you know, the big drippers on your DIY, because it's tackier, it's not so fluid anymore. Okay, time to get these spare blocks. First, I'm going to carefully push them against each other. Then, I'm going to push here this way. And here's something underneath. Oh yeah, a little dot of glue, because this block here was coming up. Now, push them together. It's coming up again. And then push it together like this to hopefully outline everything nice and neat. Now, still a little bit glue here. Not that much, not enough for me to use my scraper. Let's carefully give it some space. Sometimes you see that they get stuck together. Okay, the next one. First I do the sides, then I do the long sides. And this one isn't popping up anything. Divide them a little bit. I had it in the past more than now, but I don't want to jinx it, so hopefully it's not going to happen in this DIY. It's greasy wood. There are 2 blocks, and you can't see it. They come straight out of the package. Nothing is wrong. And you put them together after you dried your glue. They just won't stick. They keep tearing apart. And then, yeah, I call it greasy glue. One of the 2 has some sort of oily finish on top of it. To get rid of that, I just suggest put some extra glue on the block, or one of the 2 blocks that won't stick, but you notice when it won't stick soon enough. And then to dry again, and then just rewind them, or put them together again. We are going to wait until this is dry, and then we're going to assemble the rest. I'm going to outline, as I already did here. I'm going to place these 2 against the other one, so I can see how the outlining is going to be. So I want to make them the same way. Otherwise you're going to see that pretty soon. And therefore I love this crafting mat here because it has lines. And then mostly you can see if you're going straight forward. Come on there. Stay in line. Okay, I think this will do. Now I got to see how many blocks do we need to connect them all. Do we need 3? Or is 2 enough? Yeah, 2 is enough. Good. 2 for one and 2 for the other one. Now we go again with our glue. Besides all the tips, we need some glue dots. And then we let that dry as well. So take some extra spare parts and just rub it in. Oh, I'm doing the non-glued part. Well, whatever. It's going to work out the same way. I suppose it's going to work as well. And if not, then we need some extra. I think this one is a greasy wood one. See, I shouldn't have jinxed it. It immediately sucks up all the glue. You can see the other ones are still white. This one isn't. I'm going to pour some extra glue on this one. And hopefully now it gets a normal color. Yeah, there it goes. Let this dry for just a couple of minutes then. I think we're good to go here. Just grab them all together. Hopefully it will stay in place. I think it will. Okay. The spare parts are coming in now. I gotta work carefully because I'm besides my outlined parts. Okay. Just let them dry for a short couple of minutes. I think 10 is more than okay. And then we can continue on our crafting journey. Okay, time to move on. These are now dry. Let's pour some glue. Yeah, I'm not going to pour it on these ones. Maybe these ones are better. Let me carefully place one. Yeah, I'm just going to do it on the sections where the 2 blocks touch each other because then we know that we are all in the center. This will work. Here I gotta be careful putting not too much glue on the outer parts. Not this side, because they're 2 different blocks. That should be really something for me, gluing the parts that shouldn't be glued. Had that so many times, not paying attention. And then it went completely wrong and disastrous. Okay, going to let them slide into the right position. I believe that is here and here. I think they're outlined pretty good as well. Now we have to, yeah, what are they actually? Miniature fence things, crates. Yeah, great idea, I think. Okay, now check, is everything outlined? You can still move around right now. Once the glue is dry, it's going to be a hard job. I think it's okay. I'm going to leave this to rest for another half an hour. Don't forget to close the cap again. And then I'll be back. There they are. These do look super cute, don't they? At least I think they do. They're really rustic and you know, in the farmhouse style, and I like that. We could do these, but I'm not ready for that yet. I have a big sack here of Scrabble letters and I want to make words with it. So I'm going to throw it all on the table because when I gotta search that bag here, it's too hard. Now that's a big bunch. I got even more. And I will find the letters that I need for today's DIY. They are, by the way, from Action, of course. And they costed, well, not that much. I see here a letter that I need. And another one. I'm just going to get started. See you soon. Okay, cleaned everything up, and here is it, bunny hop. And that's the rhyme. These ones and the hop. And I also got 4 tiles that I never use. I have a hashtag and this thing. Yeah, we call it in Dutch a monkey tail, but that's not the right word. The @ sign. I believe it's the @ sign. And I thought it was a good idea to make it a standard for something bigger, which is up next. I think not even. No. Oh, wow. They all have a different size. Weird. Anyway, what I want to do is grab the glue again. And I'm going to put these tiles together. And why am I going to do that? I will tell you later. Oops, I gotta do this one. Don't worry, you're not going to see these. You're some sort of a hidden, yeah, what would you call it? Standard. There. Okay, we grab our signs, and now I want to determine where I want the letters to be. Don't want to have them on the bottom. To be honest, I think on the side is a better idea. Yeah, I'm going to do it on the sides. No, not HP. This one here. I think this is cool. And the bunny should go up here then. If it will fit the way as I'm doing it right now. Yeah, it does. You see this? That's a funny thing to see. Balloon made out of glue. Let's wipe it away before it gets hard, and then the nozzle gets stuck. Okay, before applying these, I'm going to grab my hot glue gun, which is here. Is there enough glue in it? No, we need an extra glue stick, but no problem, I have them at hand here. Let me grab that one first. There it is. There we go. It says it's green. It should be hot enough, but I don't think so. Let's remove these letters. What I want to do is first glue them together, because then they're easier to apply on your DIY. And I tried it before, just applying it with wood glue directly upon the craft, but to me, I don't think that's a good idea. The only disadvantage is that you gotta work fast, because you can't take the time, because the glue dries so quickly. Okay, I'm going to let this thing get burning hot. Don't burn your fingers. And then we're going to apply the letters together. They're already dry, so let's grab our plaques again. And I first thought I'm going to do them on the outside, but on the inside I think they look better. So I'm just going to pour the glue all over the place. You don't have to be careful where it belongs or not, because this is the back and you're not going to see it unless you're applying so much glue. Yeah, I think then you will see it afterwards. Yeah, I don't think rubbing against each other is a good idea right now. Let's put this one in here. Right into the very center. And the other one goes this way. Also into the very center. Now let's see if they're a little bit in the right position. I think they're now. And they're straight as well. Good thing. The other ones, here, we got to apply them too. Just going to put them in the center here. Let me do the ugly printed parts on the back part, because then I'm sure that you're not going to see anything of the prints in between. Now these we can rub together, but it's just for, you're not going to see it anyway, so put a little bit more down. I think over here is a better idea. No, it will be here. Okay. Now we let this dry very well, and after that I will show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to apply beeswax, and for the beeswax we need a new brush because I threw away my old one. This is a new one, just a watercoloring brush, and ventilate your room when you're using this, or you can also use a stain. It looks pretty dark, but there is stuff in it here, really dark brown. And elderly people, especially elderly people here in the Netherlands, use beeswax to protect their furniture, their dark wood and oak furniture from, yeah, actually all kind of things. And we use it for crafting because it gives such a nice worn off look. It's really cheap. We buy it at a drugstore, and I think this jar is the second jar that I've been using since we started Decor Easy. Yeah, that must be. It lasts long. Okay, but that's why I wanted to glue first, and that's why I have these standards here. Because if you once put glue upon your wood, this thing is not going to stick. Or if you, no, I'm saying it wrong. If you first put beeswax upon wood and then you're trying to glue, it's not going to work, even not with the hot glue gun. It's just too greasy, and yeah, everything will just fall off instantly. So that's not what we want. And therefore I'd use these standards made out of blocks because I want to have bunnies here on top. I'm going to develop the bunnies. I think they're just going to be from paper, maybe cardboard, I'm not sure yet. And then we can apply it. Here are the bunnies. I made just a blue and a pink one with some pastel flower colors. And I'm going to upcycle the box from the Tumbling tower blocks. I just measured, and it works. Oh, still see some, yeah. How's it with this one? Perfect. Still see some parts that need to be cut off. I'm going to do that first. And what I'm going to do next is just apply some wood glue along the back parts of the paper, or just maybe only upon the cardboard from the boxes. And I'm going to apply these bunnies. This one here with his ear is not completely clean. Just a tiny little edge should got off. There and here on this side. His feet. And what I wanted to say, yeah, so that there is wood glue, or any, you can also use other glue. I prefer wood glue today. There is glue between the cardboard and the print, the paper. And if there are any air bubbles underneath, you can just gently wipe that away with a brush. Okay, there was still a piece of black paper here, which is gone now perfectly. I think I'm going to directly pour it upon here. So let's apply a dot here and a dot here. Now I'm going to use a clean brush to divide the glue. Just like this. That goes pretty fast as well. Move to the next one. Try to spread it out evenly, so no big bubbles or bumps, because you're going to definitely see that. And I hope it is long enough right now. Let's keep this one beside. Oh yeah, more than long enough. Okay, there we go. Apply and apply as well. Carefully going to get rid of any air bubbles that might have gotten underneath. Just wipe it away with my finger from the center. You can also get these prefab printables just made, because I said the DIY will be easy, at a craft store. I'm sure they have it over here. I didn't went to the craft store because I have fun of making it myself. Now we're going to wait. The sun is shining, so I'm going to let these dry into the sun. Because I think that will do a great job. Really, all the air bubbles gone? Yeah, I think so. And in the meantime, we're going to stain these. Working with beeswax is actually pretty easy. You just need old clothes. If you're wondering why you see me every time in these sweaters, that's because these are full of paint and especially beeswax. You grab a brush. I grab this clean one here. I'm going to dab the brush into the jar. There is some spilled beeswax on the sides. Let me shove that down a little bit. Now we have a really big clump attached to the brush. Let me get rid of that clump. That's really too big. There. What I'm going to do next is just dab the most excess beeswax of the brush by wiping it in the lid. And then it's really simple. Do not beeswax this. It's really simple. Just go back and forth in between, actually upon every part, especially this part here. And then you're going to let that dry for a while. So don't forget the edges here, and here, as well here, everywhere. Until you can see the color popping through. Everything here has a nice same color. Personally, I like to start with the in-between jobs. The side parts of this one isn't a bad thing, only not the top section. And wiping back and forth works best for me, but I'm sure everyone has his own personal favorite way of applying that beeswax. Maybe circling, totally up to you. Just do whatever feels best for you. Hey, it's next day and I'm back again. Why did I wait so long? Because I want the beeswax to be really deep soaked up into the wood. And this is what it looks like right now, bunny hop. As you can see, I didn't stain the center points. And that's because, let's lay these together. I'm going to put those tiny cuties here upon there. Very easy. You just grab your wood glue, because, oh, that's weird, completely filled up nozzle, because that works well for me. Maybe there was an air bubble underneath or something. And then I'm going to let that dry in. Not too much. Just don't forget the edges. There we go. I leave them to dry. They also need some decorations here, but that depends on how big the bunnies are going to be. So I'm going to let this dry, gently apply these, and then just wait a couple of minutes. Okay, they're dry, and I have the glue gun at the ready. Next thing that I want to do is add some, whoops, there it goes already. Some greenery. I have some various branches here that I would like to use. Dark ones, lighter ones, with some white. Let's spice things up a little bit. Oh, come here. Ooh. There, and another one here. Don't forget to grab yourself scissors or something where you can cut these things with. That might be necessary, of course. You can use anything that you like. Well, I applied some greenery here at the edges, but I'm still not there. I want to spice it up with a little bit more color. And therefore I want to use, let me grab them carefully, these kinds of ribbons. I'm going to use the yellow one for the girl, or the pink bunny, and the green one for this one. Or we can just turn it around, but I like this more. And they're very slippery. These ribbons are really hard to find in the Netherlands. There are non-wired ribbons. Wired ribbons are even harder to find. And what I want to do is cheat a little bit. Therefore we have the glue gun at the ready. Let's see. Yeah, I think 12 centimeters long is more than enough, but you can always just apply some more if you want to. Completely up to you. I'm just gluing these together as a loop. Be careful, do not burn your fingers. If you have them, use your finger protectors. If you don't have them, use something else to make a neat circle. Doesn't have to be that much. For now, this is enough. I think it's more than enough. Still in doubt that I had to glue them in half. Let me check that. No, this is okay. So we have one loop here. You can do something here at the center. Totally up to you. First, maybe cutting off the fishtails is a nice idea. And therefore I think this is enough. And then cut them in half. Now this is a single side printed ribbon. So I have to be careful which side I put in the front. Cover the edges for the fishtails. Because the one side is shimmer and the other side isn't. And you can see that, maybe not on camera, but in real life you can definitely see that. There we have the fishtails. Now this is trash. Now I'm going to find something for myself for the center of the loop. You can just pinch this and then you get a bow and put these two behind, but I'm going to find something from the stash that I can maybe use better than this. And I found something. I have this bag of buttons here, also from Action, and you can see it. These here, these ones are the smallest, and I think they will fit in there perfectly. Now, can we open this up easily or not? Because if you're going to cut through this, there will be stuff everywhere, spilled all over the table. Okay, we only have to get rid of the knot. There we go. Just need two, not that much. The two tiniest ones from the bag, which are these two. And I thought it would be a nice idea to glue them here in the center of the bowl. But therefore you first have to pinch them, I think. Yeah. Like this. Oh wait! I have some ribbon here from the price tag. Wouldn't that be a great idea to use those? Okay. Or you can also use a piece of metal. That's an idea as well. Okay, there we go. Glue down the rope to the back part, to the center of the ribbon. Make sure that the glue is dry. Oh, the scissors are stuck. There we go. And then you can just pinch the whole thing. Oh, the glue is still too warm. I almost burned the fingers. Just a tiny little blow then. Okay, here comes the hardest part. For me, the hardest part. I'm going to wrap once, twice. And since this is not iron wired, it's going to act really weird if I'm not carefully doing this. But you sure have different options to do so. this is it. I'm going to do it one more time. Do not glue your fingers. There we go. Put this one back on. There is some glue here. Wait until it's cooled down. And you can carefully pluck it off. There it goes. Okay, cut the loose end. And then you have a tiny little bow. Now I want to add the button to it. And I thought this looks so cute. Just a tiny little addition here. And of course you can always put the fishtails behind. However, I'm wondering, do I need to see what I mean? Pinch them a little bit. I think I'm going to do that. Just a tiny edge of glue here. And hopefully I can pinch these things, folding them in and out. Let me use the scissors for this part. I'm going to hold them and that looks more natural, you know what I mean? Cool down the glue a little bit and there we go. Oh, one end is coming off. There was no glue there, I suppose. Don't worry about the spider webs, we can remove them afterwards. This is number one, and that will go right there. And then the other one, maybe gluing on the back is better than on the front. There we go with the other one. Let's just use the scissors again, not for cutting, just for holding this. Now it looks more like a natural folded, otherwise it's going to leave on the table, natural folded piece of ribbon. There we go. If you want to just trim some loose edges. There. And now the last thing that we need is some more glue. A big dot here will do. So quickly press in both of the ends that need to go in there. Just a little extra then. I don't have a bow maker. You can do this also with a bow maker, but I prefer this one today to show you how you can make a bow. Now this whole thing has to dry, and this is the outcome, and we're going to put it right upon there. I'm going to do the exact same thing, but then with the yellow one for the other one here. And here you see the result of today's DIY. Bunny hop is really cute and easy to make. You can decorate it the way as you want, completely in the color schedule that you like. Very easy Easter DIY. I hope you liked it, and let us know in the comment section what you think of it. Thank you very much for watching. Bye everyone!